YouTube, what's going on? We back with another one. Let's jump right into it. So right here, I'm going in with my trimmer, setting in that ball line, my first guideline. Let's go. So right here, we going right to the next step. Lever open, setting in that second guideline, man. Let's get to it, baby. So right here, we just taking out that first guideline that we set in the beginning. Right here, we going in with the one guard with the lever fully open. Just setting in that second guideline. Not trying to set it in too harsh, but just setting it in so that way we can keep up with where we at in the fade. So right here, I'm just going in with this 1.5 guard open, just tapping at that little bulk I see above, not really creating a guideline, but just trying to make that transition smoother from where the fade at to where the rest of the hair at the top. So right here, we just going in with the lever closed, doing a little detail work with the bulk at the top. Just trying to make that transition look a little more smoother than what it is. Right here, we popping that zero guard on and attacking that little line you see right there. Got the lever fully closed. Remember, we starting on the line and going right to it. We ain't going above it. We ain't going nowhere else. Just start it under the line and flick right up to it. It's going to take it right out. All right, so right here, we putting that one guard on. The lever is fully open. I wouldn't necessarily say this is a step. I more so say it just, this goes into detail work, all right? So I see a little bit more areas within the fade that need some, a little touch into it. That's exactly what I'm doing right here. All right, so moving on to the back. All right, it's the same exact steps. You're just working with a bigger canvas. So first step, we set that ball line in, and we get straight to it. Reason I don't use my trimmers in the nape area because it can cause, a harsh line to cause your client to rash up. So that's why I'm using my clipper right here. But other than that, it's the same exact steps. First line, ball line. See, I just flicked that lever open, all the way open. So now I'm going to my setting my second guideline. Like I said, I got the lever all the way open. I'm going over it multiple times to make sure all the hair in the area is at the same length. All right, so right here, I got my one guard on with the lever full open, and I'm setting in my second guideline. Like I said, it's the same thing. Just going over the canvas multiple times or that area of the hair multiple times to make sure it's all at the same length. I'm brushing one every time I fade when I'm brushing one. All right, so right here I got my zero guard on with the lever closed, and I'm just taking out that guideline I just set in. All right, so right here we got the 1.5 guard on with the lever closed, and we just trying to make that transition a little bit more smoother from where the head at the top to the fade area. A key thing to remember right here is you're not trying to set another guideline. You're just trying to make that transition smoother. So what I'm doing right here, I'm starting underline, I'm flicking right to it, and I'm kind of like scooping out just a tad bit to make sure I'm not setting another guideline. All right, so right here I got the lever closed. The only thing I'm trying to do is make that transition smoother from the fade area to where the rest of the hair is at the top. All right, so right here I'm just doing a little detail work. Like I said, these really not no steps or nothing. I have completed my steps at this point. Only thing I'm doing now is just getting those areas where I see it's a little dark yet or it need to be touched at a little bit like I did in the beginning of the video. All right, so now we're gonna get into lining up the C cup area. All right, only thing we doing right here is using the edge of our blade. We just lightly tapping, not trying to leave no scars on our client. All right, so on to the hairline. I'm just starting in the middle. Same thing like I said with the C cups. I'm lightly tapping, and I'm just putting that blade where I left off at to ensure I get a straight hairline. All right, so now we're going in with the straight razor. Just making sure you stretch the skin, put that razor at about a 45-degree angle. Just let it glide across the skin. All right, so right here we're going in with some enhancers. My client asked for them. Once again, I'm just putting that card right there on the line and I'm letting it hit off the card into the hair. All right, I'm never spraying directly on the hair because I want my stuff to look as natural as possible. All right, so after I apply the hands, I like to go back over the hairline just to give it that, that little touch, that little, you know what I mean, that little, that little look to it, you know what I mean? All right, YouTube, so this the cut. If you like it, leave a like on the video. If you're new to my channel, subscribe and hit that notification bell for when I drop new videos. And if you're trying to make you some real money, hit that vendor's link and let's get this thing going. But other than that, this your boy Frank Urbana, and I'm out of here, man.